It's a spectacular site. As Margaret mentioned, the parkland and recreation fees that we charge developers they are from $5,500 per project up, do pay for the majority of this. But it is wrong to think that town monies haven't been expended, because we have had town employees, as part of their regularly assigned duties, helping out to bring the fields to the place that they are now. We have also had a great deal of volunteer effort. Again, the Adult Softball League has contributed a lot. We have had wonderful, wonderful support from the Woodcrest community up in Rivton. Volunteers from there, not this past Saturday when it poured, but the Saturday before that, plus other volunteers from the town and village, worked to, they have now completely cleared the second field so that we will have that. Further financial support will come from the fees that we expect to collect from the concessionaires. There will be a concession stand so that people can purchase food and drink, and those fees will help support the fields. And it is certainly appropriate for town funds to be used for the maintenance of this. The school and college fields are extensively used as they are, and they really cannot squeeze in very much more town recreation. We need additional recreation facilities in this town. Thank you.
Thank you. And what a nice segue, because the next question has to do with recreation in part as well. We were speaking before this event began, myself and someone who was here, about the age of the water and sewer lines in town, and that may play into the next question as well. The town supervisor stated in a New Paltz Times interview that her two top priorities for the next term would be to provide, quote, to provide more healthy recreational and cultural choices for our youth and for our adults, and, quote, to improve and expand the town's infrastructure to help bring in more business in areas that are zoned for business and light industry. How do your own priorities compare to the supervisors? And Margaret, we'll start with you.
Well, I think Tony's top priority with the healthy recreational and cultural choices for the youth and adults is really being well taken care of. With the Field of Dreams, we have the BMX track up by the recycling, and we have, when I come to New Paltz, I think we need more cultural choices. There's more than people can get to do. There's 6 things happening every night, but I think it's a laudable thing to want to keep going with that, but I don't feel that it needs to be my top priority. My top priority is to watch our carbon footprint. We need to minimize our effects, our additions to global warming. Every individual and every community needs to be working on this. This is just my top priority for the world. And there's many ways that we can do that in New Paltz. My second priority is related to Tony's, in the sense that I think, related to keeping our carbon footprint down, we're going to need to provide for ourselves from closer by in the future, and I want to ease us into the future as easily as possible. We need to have some basic industry here, not just retail. We need to have more food processing and get it into our local stores. There's a frozen food business getting started, which is a good start with that. But there was some kind of a food processing plant that just withdrew its request from the planning board just recently, and we don't even know why. And we need to encourage things like that. We need to encourage green building. We have a resource at the college. It has an engineering department. We should have green building industry here to fit in with the stuff that's happening in Kingston and around. That kind of business, not just to improve our tax base, but to provide for us from closer by, so we're not